Hi, my name is Stephen Mathis. I'm the director of Thrawn, a Star Wars fan film, and today I want to talk about that Mandalorian episode and specifically the big name drop that happened that kind of involves us. So first off, if you haven't seen the most recent episode of The Mandalorian, entitled The Jedi, big spoiler warning moving forward. Just be aware, okay? Now that we got that out of the way and you've already seen the episode, we can discuss. Let's talk about the big name drop that happened in this episode. Ahsoka Tano is fighting with the magistrate and she name drops basically Grand Admiral Thrawn. She asks where he is. So obviously this came as a huge surprise to me and to a lot of people within the community, and it was specifically something that I wanted to talk about because it kind of involves us. Now, we have been saying throughout this entire film process that this was Grand Admiral Thrawn's debut into live action, and it still kind of is. I actually even called the fact that Disney might beat me to the punch in this video, right here. This will be Grand Admiral Thrawn's debut into live action, unless Disney beats me to the punch. So, I already thought that maybe they were going to do a Grand Admiral Thrawn. I just didn't think they would do it this soon. And so I kind of wanted to address what it is that we're going to do in terms of moving forward with this short film, because I still want to make this. I really do. Even if Disney comes out with a live action version of Thrawn before we do, I still want to make this film, and I will tell you the reasons why. So first off, this revelation and this name drop doesn't change anything about our story. Our story in this film is set before Thrawn became a Grand Admiral. So we're already not working within the timeline that The Mandalorian and possible Rebels spin-offs and Ahsoka series and all that is working with. We're working before that. We're closer to the Timothy Zahn book timeline than we are to Rebels and things like that. So it's not going to change us story-wise. We're still going to be able to be within the canon, and we're not going to mess anything up with that. Even if Disney comes out with a live-action version of Thrawn in The Mandalorian Season 2, maybe gives him a whole episode or something like that, that still doesn't change the fact that we want to create a fan film around Thrawn. There are plenty of examples of fan films that do very well when they're working with an already established character. Films like Vader, Kenobi, Maul, these did very, very well as fan films, but it was because they took a character that was already established, they put their own spin on it, and they gave it to the community. And they've all been very well received because they took the initiative to take a character, give a little bit more insight to the character, and put it out as a fan film. So that's what we want to do with Thrawn. It doesn't matter if Disney does it first or we do it first. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is the actual film that we want to portray. We want to portray Thrawn the way I think he should be portrayed. So that being said, again, even if Disney comes out with a live action version of Thrawn before we do, it doesn't change the fact that we want to make this film. And I think that we can make a very successful film even with their version of Thrawn coming in The Mandalorian Season 2 or in other series. So what does this change about our film? Well, not really anything. It only really changes the way in which we talk about this film. We were saying in our trailer that he was coming to live action for the first time. That's not exactly true anymore, though at the time of this recording, we haven't seen Thrawn. Ahsoka has just mentioned Thrawn. So I don't know when he's going to show up. He might show up in Season 2 of Mandalorian, might show up in Season 3, or in her own series. I don't know. We haven't seen him yet. So I still want to push forward with the film, but maybe we just won't say that he is coming to live action for the first time. This will still be the first fan film about Thrawn, centering around Thrawn, and that's exciting. And I think that that's all the more reason to continue making the film, because this is a fan film that I think is going to be a great version of Thrawn. And we haven't seen the fan community really create a version of a fan film centering around Thrawn and all the people surrounding him. So I think that's still very exciting, regardless of if Disney beat me to the punch, which I already kind of called. Regardless of that, I still am going to make this film, and I need your support to do it. So the best way that you can help us right now is to subscribe to the channel, watch the trailer, join our Patreon if you can. That's a huge boon to us. To get that actual monetary help to create the film is going to be a big deal for us when we move forward. And we're already in talks with some people that I cannot wait to tell you about. And if they get on board, I think that it's going to be a huge deal for this film. So we're moving forward. We have no plans on stopping the production. In fact, we want to ride this wave of interest for Thrawn. It's the perfect time to get people interested about the character and also provide them with a fan film right now that is working on creating a new story for this character and a new character development for the character itself. So join the Patreon if you can, join our Facebook group, and subscribe to the channel. Anything you can do to help us out is much appreciated. And as we get more information on the film's production, I will certainly let you know. You'll get weekly and bi-weekly updates if you join the Patreon, not just these overall updates that I put on the YouTube channel. So please make sure that you join our Patreon if you can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that this was informative. I hope that you will help us create the film, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. In fact, we're just going to try to accelerate our interest on this film as much as possible. So thank you all very much. I'll see you soon, and I'll give you updates as we get them. Thanks.